The batting players, of course, they used to have the best opening one-day pair.
And even in Test matches, Desmond Haynes and Gordon Greenidge were a handful, really. Greenidge has now retired. Desmond Haynes is the highest scoring batsman in one-day cricket, not only as far as runs are concerned, but also as far as centuries are concerned. He's there with his experience.
The opening partner for Ramesh Raja is Amir Sohail, a new player to Australia, playing in just his 6th one-day international. And the other umpire in this game, Steve Randell of Australia. Upper Marshall coming from the members' end. So Pakistan making a spirited start there with singles off the first 2 balls. I mentioned that this is game 4 in the World Cup.
That's a good shot. Long chase here for Harper, but I don't think he'll get there. Well, those long strides just pull it back. And a great return. Roger Harper coming back into the West Indies team and immediately making an impact.
Roger Harper has been well renowned for a long time as one of the world's great fielders. Over 6 foot tall there, those legs do move very quickly, and he made a lot of ground there, saving 1 run for the West Indies. Classic throw.
Just past the diving Haynes, so they'll get 2 for it.
He's always been a dasher as an opening batsman, and the highest score there, 113 against England.
And that's a beautifully picked up shot off the legs for a boundary, the first one of the innings.
Well, that's the first chance really that either batsman has had to put bat on ball. Beautifully timed. He's just flicked it off his legs there. Malcolm Marshall straying slightly down the leg side. There it goes from leg stump, safely over the infield and very quickly down to the boundary.
You wouldn't reckon the West Indies would use an off-spinner to open the bowling, will you?
Yes, it'd be the first time they've done it, of course. It would be, I tell you, it would be one thing that all the world's batsmen would be delighted to see, if only because it would delay the evil moment for the sighting of the likes of Ambrose.
Well, it certainly has been a good solid start by the Pakistanis. Ramesh and Amir.
A mixture there, Ramesh Raja, the experienced batsman, Amir Sohail, at the start of his career, 25 years old.
In the air and into the gap. It's a good over from Benjamin. 2 runs coming from it. It's no wicket for 27.
Talking of hard heads, Brian Close was pretty impervious to playing.
He was very gutsy, standing at forward short leg without wearing a helmet at all. And there was one occasion when the ball bounced off his head and went to square leg for a catch.
A good shot. Straight back down the pitch. He'll probably roll into the fence. No, it won't. Probably run for, though. That's well done. Good straight hit.
You know what Ramesh Raja was doing there? I think his thigh pad might have come loose as he was running. He was not running flat out, as we see Kirtley just get a finger on that. And if you watch Ramesh Raja here as he's running, I think about the 3rd and the 4th run, he starts grabbing at the, there he is. In fact, in the 1st run, he's grabbing at the thigh pad.
So Hale nudged that one away on the onside. That's good running. Yeah, Roger's got his gloves off. He's obviously got a problem of some sort. One of them may be the problem you used to have regularly, Ian. He's continuously adjusting his equipment. He's now taking over from Ambrose, who's bowled 5 overs, no wicket for 9. In the air and into the gap. That's running away down towards the boundary at extra cover, slowing up as it gets towards the rope down there, and into the rope it goes. There's that area down there is roped off because there's some new grass being put in, grass down there affected by all the building works that have been going on. And the Pakistanis here, very, very happy.
Yes, he looks a pretty fair player. First time I've seen Amir Sohail. Certainly not bothered by the pace bowlers. He hasn't taken a backward step. And a couple of occasions when he's seen one there that he's liked the look of, he knows what to do with the bat.
Marshall again.
Yes, Imran, I think, has a pretty fair say in the players he gets in the Pakistan side, and he, being such a great competitor himself, he likes blokes who are prepared to give a fight. And I would say that this man is just the sort of player that Imran would have had a look at and thought, he'll do me. Somebody who'll really give a fight and not take a backward step at the top of the order.
1-1 there, but good decision there from his partner. Ramesh Raja saying no.
He lifts the bat the same as righty, and he's got that sort of a crouching, with the knees bent. You see him lift the bat here now. He looks a lot like John Wright.
And that's a good shot all the way along the ground, through the gap at mid-wicket, running away towards the boundary. This will get the boundary too. Yes, 4 more. The Pakistanis beginning to cut loose here at the MCG. Lovely shot there from Amir Sohail.
Tell you what, Wrighty wouldn't have dispatched that one any better. John Wright of New Zealand, a very good player through the onside, and I guess that most left-handers like them there. But he's really starting to come out of his shell. Sohail.
No wicket for 43, Pakistan. Good pitch here, crossed outfield. Sohail back for the second. This could be out. Oh, bad throw. Umpire Randall says not out. The throw was very wide, brilliantly picked up by Williams. There was nothing much he could do about that. It was wide. It was on the half volley. He gathered it, but he had to bring it back a long way.
Ambrose is very, very athletic, as I said, and a good throw there would have had Sohail. I must admit I was a bit disappointed when Saeed Anwar didn't make the Pakistan squad. I really enjoyed his batting, particularly that century he made a couple of seasons ago here.
It's straight up in the air. Who's going to take it? Logie's got him. That's the first wicket to fall. Sohail out caught, trying to pull that one to mid-wicket. Really trying to get Pakistan off to a flyer. Not a bad start anyhow. He didn't middle it, straight up in the air, and little Gus Logie did the rest.
So he's an impressive character, Amir Sohail, and he was certainly showing some good form there in the end. Gus Logie taking that catch comfortably. Winston Benjamin gets the first breakthrough. Pakistan 1 for 45.
Looks as if Hooper's going to be brought into the attack to bowl his off-spinners.
Richie Richardson's been bowling a little bit. He's sort of a gentle medium pacer.
Into the gap. Looking for 2. This could be a mix-up. Oh, if that hit stumps, he may well have been out. It would really have been a disaster. Ramesh Raja looking for the second there.
He's not a good man to be thinking about a run. You need to be very confident, very sure that there is a run there.
He's had a go at that one, way over the top. Didn't quite middle it. So it won't go down to the fence, but they'll get 2. So 2 more to Ramesh Raja. 3 runs off the over. It's 1 for 51.
you, Tony. Winston Benjamin, the wicket taker, starts a new over. That's a good shot off his legs. Zaman picking up 2. One of the new players in the Pakistan team, one of the youngsters who's come in, got 100 against Sri Lanka in the recent series in Pakistan. Series won 4-1 by Pakistan, the 5 one-day internationals. Just missed. And they'll get the overthrow for it as it's fumbled by Gus Logie, moving around from forward square leg. Pakistani batsmen have looked in complete command so far. Very little has beaten the bat. Seems to be a good pitch.
There's the view from the top of the Regent's Hotel in the centre of Melbourne then. The scenic sights of the railway lines, contrasting sharply with the Yarra River, the botanical gardens.
Rami's looking for the second, and a better throw might have had him. Brian Lara down at fine leg, getting the ball back in, but wide of the stumps. Ramiz Raja took on the throw, and Brian Lara wide.
This is the 4th or 5th time this morning that the cry has come out, a better throw might have had him. West Indies have been quick to the ball, and virtually every time the throws come in 2 or 3 yards, slightly adrift of David Williams, the keeper.
Left maidens and 1s and 2s, probably not good enough now to just going away from about 24 down and just 15 down again. Just lift their run rate. In the air, that's out. Oh, that's the end of it, beaten by the change of pace there. He threw it up, a little bit of drift. It was straight to Carl Hooper, Inzamam's out, and that's a wicket the West Indies needed.
Very welcome not only to Richie Richardson, the skipper, but also to Roger Harper. It's quite a straightforward catch. Carl Hooper. And Pakistan now 2 for 97 in the 30.
186 matches for Javed Miandad. He'll be very busy working the ball, good runner between the wickets. An injury of weight, but he's fit. He'll be the key man now for Pakistan to try and lift this run rate after a good solid start, 2 for 97. But a wonderful ovation from the crowd here. He made his way to the pitch. Stump vision shows the pitch to be flat. It's a good shot. Javed Miandad. Melbourne viewers will be leaving this telecast at midday, so I suggest you get down. It's going to be a good run chase this afternoon. Conditions are perfect for viewing. It's well fielded. This Raja on 49. Very, very quickly. Some deep mid-wicket. It's 2 for 118.
Williams, and it'll be 4 runs. Frustration there for Malcolm Marshall. That was a genuine nick. Javed Miandad always plays the full-blooded shot when he has a go at it. There's a lot of bat on it, and even though it was a thick edge,
David Williams really threw himself, but it really was more like a second slip catch. It's a very imposing record. There are very few players in world cricket that would go anywhere near matching that record. Very annoying character, but a great competitor.
Century to Ramesh Raja. He's been the rock of the innings so far. West Indies still haven't quite got it right in the field, despite the addition of Roger Harper and Gus Logie. Still making a few mistakes in the field.
Very close to being played on. Ball almost off the middle of the bat there, bouncing it up over the stumps.
Been an edge there, I think, the way the bowler reacted. The Test match, huge hit down the ground.
Good placement there. Brian Lara made the chase in the return, one of the up-and-coming young West Indian players. Attempted Yorker. Right arm not quite working.
Winston Benjamin has had a few problems bowling in the late overs. He's taken a bit of stick.
Another very thick outside edge. This time Ambrose is able to collect the ball. There's only the one run, but a genuine nick there.
Runs from the 41st over, so Pakistan is now picking up their run rate and ensuring that they get to a score of at least 200, which would be a reasonable score.
Carl Hooper really improved his bowling enormously, not only in this type of cricket, but also Test level.
Jarvid taking a few risks, not least of all running between wickets here, but he's very quick. A good throw might have had him under pressure. Desmond Haynes, not the best arm in the West Indian side to be fielding outside the circle. A good straight throw there may have had Javed Miandad under a lot more pressure than he was.
Beating Roger Harper there. He's a cheeky runner, Javed.
Most important of the two is the line, but if you're out in the length, even if your line's good, you're still giving batsmen some room to move, giving them something to work with. MCG historically not one of the bounciest wickets in Australia, so if you can bowl a good line, not get too short, it's very hard for the batsman to hit you over the boundary. And that's very close. Umpire Steve Randell has shaken his head. The West Indians were quite certain that Javed had been run out with that direct hit.
Al Hooper, a brilliant fieldsman. He was one of the players who was able to hit the stumps when they were playing in a World Series competition. In fact, he was just about the only one who regularly hit the stumps. And he had Javed cold there. Winston Benjamin was charging from the other end with his appeal.
The gap is found and just the one run. Javed hit the previous ball straight to Carl Hooper. You could hear the call from Ramesh, wait on. Javed didn't wait on. direct hit. That's what Steve Randell would have seen at normal motion. Normally when it's a direct hit, the umpires pretty well give in favour of the fielding side, but Steve Randell obviously not absolutely convinced that he was out.
Well, I think that 200 would have been a target that would have been their basic minimum at the start of the day. And now at 2 for 157, then if they can put back to ball, make contact with effect, then 220 or so will give them a chance. But at least 71 not out is still doing a fair job for Pakistan.
Good shot into the gap. Very well placed, and that's going to race to the fence. A beautiful shot. Just a bit short, that delivery from Benjamin. That's the 6th 4 of the innings.
This is where Javed Miandad is so good. Very good improviser with a cricket bat. Giving himself just a little bit of room there. Winston Benjamin dropping it slightly short. But he's timed that shot so nicely, so beautifully. It's gone just wide of the fielder and beaten the sweeper, who's already 20, 30 metres in from the boundary.
He's going to back up, isn't he? Oh, that's out. No, it's not. Looked as if it nicked something, and it's gone for 4 runs. That went flying away, and Javed now having another chat with Rameez down there. Big smile on his face.
Loving that, isn't he? Whatever he said before to have no effect whatsoever. Rameez getting in a fearful tangle with that. He seemed to have made up his mind early on that he wanted to try and pull this ball to mid-wicket and got in all sorts of wrong positions. Confused David Williams as well. Just missed the outstretched hands, and it still counts as 4 runs. Doesn't matter how beautiful it was, it's 4 runs.
Oh, he's got that away beautifully for 4. A lovely little fine leg glance. No one covering that area. Very valuable 4 that was. 2 for 176. They're going for it. This will be out of it. Oh, did it hit? There's an appeal. The umpire thinking there's some doubt. Javed wants another one. I tell you what, you really have to be wide awake while he's out there. Let's have a look at the replay.
Did very well to make his ground there, Javed Miandad. A little bit of confusion there, a little bit of a fumble from David Williams. Another very hard ball to take as it comes in, bounces there, skids a bit. It's not gone into the glove spray, but it has, as we can see. But
Meat of the bat again. Marshall comes running in. I'll put some pressure on him. They're coming back for the second. The throw is a little bit high again, and it's a really good running. And once again, the West Indian fielding just a little off target. So they get to, it's 2 for 188. Last ball, and beautifully hit down the ground. Will it get to the boundary? Yes, a magnificent shot. Rameez getting that one right off the meat of the bat, straight down the ground for 4. That's the end of the over. 2 for 196. Oh, this is a huge ground, not all of them on the boundary. Oh, he's got that away too. What a good shot that is. That ball would have hit, I reckon, around about off stump. Javed right across, knowing, as David Gower has pointed out, that he had to get it away fine on the leg side, and he did it perfectly.
this is always the risk, of course. And the ball there, Malcolm Marshall just too full, trying to get the ball in the block hole. Strayed just marginally onto leg stump, but Javed's moved across, he's created the space. And it doesn't take long for the ball to reach the boundary at fine leg there, just in front of the southern stand. The wide open space is being used to full extent by the Pakistani batsman.
So there it is, his strike rate, 89 runs per 100 balls. He's on 49. And he's now got 50. Well played, Javed Miandad, captaining Pakistan because Imran Khan has problems with his shoulders, and he certainly lifted the run rate.
It's a great little captain's innings from Javed Miandad there. Ramesh Raja is part of the other end, has struggled to keep the run rate up for Pakistan, but Javed's come in there, he's played his shots, he's improvised, he's made the most of it, he's used the pace of the ball, and he's got his runs quickly.
That's his 41st half-century in one-day internationals. That's a great shot. Magnificent shot through extra cover. Running down towards the boundary. Into the fence she goes. What a magnificent shot. This is a little gem of an innings. And the Pakistanis are all out of their seats.
Well, it's Ramesh Raja now joining in the act. He's seen his captain put back to ball, and this has split the field perfectly through extra cover there. Kept his head down. Full follow through of the bat.
Better go with that one too. They'll come back for the second. Ramesh Raja getting a little bit tired. He's scored 5 centuries in one-day internationals. 12 runs so far off this over. This is the last ball. A little flick again. He's done it again. Magnificent shot. A little flick down a fine leg. Isn't he cheeky? 2 for 212. Ramesh Raja on strike and on 99. That's his 100, his 6th century. A little slow, I think, when one considers the batting they've got. He's happy about it. Whether or not he scored those runs quickly enough to get his side a victory, time will tell.
Well, at least he can be proud of the 100. He struggled for some of that innings to find his touch, to find his timing. And only at the end of the day will we know how valuable this has been. Anyway, 100's never a bad effort in one-day cricket. The strike rate of 64.3 is consistent with most of his career, and it just remains to be seen now how many more runs they can just nudge off the rest of this over of Curtly Ambrose.
West Indies have been a bit sloppy in the field. Oh, he's got back, he's gone. He's hit it straight to backward point. No ball called. Well, I think Javed was a little unlucky. We normally see Ambrose smiling, but that's not a smile. I don't think that one was over the top of shoulders over his shoulders in a normal standing position. Let's have another look.
Well, Javed's certainly smiling. He's loving that. It's a close decision, that one, very close decision. He's only managed to cut it back just behind square there, and Curtly Ambrose showing signs of severe confusion.
So this is the last ball. In he comes. It's a slow one down the leg side. Is it wide? No, it's not. Javed was way outside off stump and on his knees. Yes, he'll have to settle for that. Well, what a little gem of an innings from Javed Miandad. He's actually helped the Pakistan side lift their total, because at one stage they looked as if they weren't going to get nearly enough runs. At least they've got up to 220, so we've got a match on our hands. But David Gower, really, I suppose they should have started going a little sooner. All right.
That's true, but really the boot's on the other foot, isn't it? Because normally it's Curtly Ambrose and Malcolm Marshall running in with a new ball and pitching just a fraction short of a good length. We saw Brian Lara there just fending away. The gully's very square, and there's a point as well. 2 slips as well. In for Wasim Akram.
Delivery and a good shot too by Lara. Just one there. So they need to score 221 runs to win, and they need to score those 221 at 4.42 runs per over.
Beautifully played. Very small man, cut that nicely straight to ground. Bring Haynes back onto strike. Quite a vocal bunch of Pakistani supporters here at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. Got together in the new Great Southern Stand.
A good delivery and well played by Haynes. Nudging it away on the onside. He'll want 2 here. gets them.
He's one of the world's best batsmen, Desmond Haynes. He went back to the local competition, made 200s on the trot after the Benson Hedges World Series Cup. Look at that record, 1600s and 44 50s, an average of 42. Strike rate, good but not great. The high 70s is a top strike rate for top order batsmen, but still quite good strike rate of 62 points.
Tough for you. That way outside off stump. Coming from a batsman, I can understand your viewpoint. I just don't think there's any excuse for the batsman not to be ready if the bowler's ready. Good shot. Magnificently played into the gap on the onside. That wasn't right off the meat of the bat. So I'll get 3 here.
Desmond Haynes has a great one-day record. He's a tremendous competitor. World Cup matches he's played 19.
Haynes has the top one. He's out there at the moment. 148. And that was a magnificent shot by Lara through mid-wicket.
Yes, Brian Lara has that touch of class. He's a very wristy, flashy batsman, but when he times the ball, it really does come off the meat of the bat. He really likes to work it on the onside if it's round about middle and off stump. And he whipped that away, and that was beautifully placed and timed. It was always going to be forward. Delightful stroke.
Yes, they've got off to a pretty good start here, considering the total they're chasing. In the same direction, just one this time.
So I need a good start, and it's good. And 4.5 runs per over to win. Away to the railway yards on the right. Fell over, but he gets back safely. No run, a bit of action there at the centre of the cricket ground, but Melbourne today bathed in sunshine. Very close to the cricket ground.
Oh, he's got that fine, and that's 4. That was off the bat. It went very quickly down to the boundary. So a very good little leg glance there. See if we can see the face of the bat closing. Or was it an edge?
Well, the plan has worked. Brian Lara going in first. The experienced player. Whips it away. It was an intentional glance. He's got that high back left. He waited for the ball to come to him. Just whipped it fine. Always going to be 4. Good shot.
It looked as if he was homing in on leg stump there, because he does get a long way across. He took it off leg stump and whipped it away fine for 4.
It's a good start. It's what the West Indies needed, chasing 221 for victory on the big Melbourne cricket ground. And they're putting a bit of pressure back on the Pakistan bowlers here by playing their shots, taking the singles, looking very busy. Run rate required is still 4.48, but they're not falling behind. They're not building up over 5. That's very important.
Yes, I think if they can just keep it ticking over at this pace without losing wickets, they'll be in business. In the air, what a good shot that was. Not very short, back onto his back foot, whack over the top of mid-wicket's head, and thud into the fence down there. 9 runs off the over. Beautiful shot, Brian Lara. No wicket for 36.
Brian Lara, magnificent. I suppose you'd call it, I was thinking pull shot, but it really wasn't quite a pull shot. Whatever name you want to put on it, it was very well timed. Does get off the ground.
Yes, in fact he does, but they've now concentrated on his batting more. He's got the toe end of the bat. Difficult pull shot to play. He really had to drag it from a long way outside the off stump. 2 runs off the last ball of the over, no wicket for 39. Wasim Haider. And this is his international debut. In fact, he is the one who came over when Waka Yunus, the outstanding young fast bowler, had to withdraw from the tournament because of a stress fracture. He's got it through. That'll be 4. Lovely shot from Lara. That's his 4th boundary, and he's been the one responsible for the West Indies acceleration.
Really is a beautiful timer of the ball, Brian Lara. Doesn't have to play too many reckless shots. He's got so many good ones that he can play without any danger. Doesn't have to play reckless shots or risky shots.
Oh, that's a fine shot. Another 4 for Lara. That's his fifth.
That's why he doesn't have to play risky shots. It really is a beautiful time of the ball. And he's quite a joy to watch. Not quite as stylish as Sachin Tendulkar. He's certainly got the timing of Tendulkar. Perhaps not quite the skill, but he is a very talented young player.
Well, he used the bounce pretty well, perhaps unintentionally. But still got it over the head of the fielder for 2.
Yes, the MCG is pretty hard, and Brian Lara gained a bit there because he actually played a late cut into the pitch, which has obviously been rolled a lot. The ball bounced up over the gully fieldsman's head.
Well, he's cracked it away. It was just short, and he pulled it through the mid-wicket area for another 4. That's his 6th, and that raises the West Indies 50.
This is a pretty tough initiation for Wasim Haider, playing in his first international. Lara is really going for him. And he's very quick onto that pull shot. The ball doesn't have to be too short at all. Desmond Haynes quite enjoying just sitting back playing the sheet anchor role.
End of the 12th over, no wicket, 4:53. So a big advantage for the West Indies to begin with. And a nice looking shot by Haynes, just using the angle of the ball, but a desperate save on the boundary limits the batsman to 2. Superb bit of work in the fielding down at fine leg. Akib Javid is the fielder.
Yes, that's the sort of work that's going to be needed.
Brian Lara in his 17th one-day international. Hasn't been in the team very long. Somewhat in the air. There was a shot of catch it. It was wide of the fielder, who is not happy. Just indicating to his captain that if he had been at backward square leg rather than forward, the ball would have dropped straight into his lap. There was some discussion as to where he should have been.
Might be a little harder for the left-hand bowler to bowl to the left-hand batsman.
Oh, magnificent stroke. That's the best we've seen so far from Lara. He really hammered it away.
That really was a magnificent shot. The reason why it's going to be tougher for the left-hand bowler is coming from around the wicket with that round arm action to the right-hander. He's coming at an awkward angle to Desi Haynes, but it's not quite the same to the left-hander. He's going to find it harder to get the ball on line and not give him a bit of room outside off stump.
Well, with Brian Lara really going after the faster bowlers and Wasim Haider in his first international being got after, Javed Miandad has brought in a leg spinner. Iqbal Sikandar There's another one as well in the squad, Mushtaq Ahmed. Well, not a youngster by any means at the age of 32, let's say to be making his debut appearance in Australia.
That was very well fielded by Wasim Akram and beautifully timed by Brian Lara. Lara onto the back foot. And Akram had to get down there quite quickly. To his wrong side, he's left-handed. Under a pace in this outfield today. There have been occasions when the MCG's been slow. Today's not one of them. Full reward for all the batsmen right from the start. Desmond Haynes' first boundary of this innings. Very pleasant one to watch. Ijaz just giving Desmond Haynes a little bit of room outside the off stump this time. Fully pitched delivery and beautifully driven. Perfectly placed. Wide of the man at deep fine leg. There is another man out at deep square leg, almost behind the umpire. But Haynes, with all his experience, has placed that beautifully. Inevitably, perhaps, someone like Ijaz Ahmed there, relying on being pinpoint accurate, has just strayed a bit, and at that sort of pace, that really is easy picking for someone like Desi Haynes. West Indies moving along very smoothly here. Left arm spin from the north end and a drop chance. Evidence of turn there at the southern end. Desi Haynes has pushed forward. It's the thickest edge. And it certainly evaded the wicket-keeper's gloves. Got him on the pad. Not an easy one. It moved away quite a bit. That's a terrific shot. It's gone, well, probably about 10 feet off the ground all the way and landed just a yard or so inside the boundary line at deep square. This has moved away quite a bit in the opposite direction. And Desi Haynes, after that initial let-off from the first ball of the over, has decided that his best method here was to sweep. And that's a lovely stroke as well. He's a master of the sweep shot, Desmond Haynes, and many other shots as well. First of all, the crashing stroke away past square leg, and then that delicate little stroke that just helped it on its way very fine. The 100 partnership for West Indies. They're all looking very, very comfortable in their pursuit of 221 to win. Once again, he's found the outside edge. Shahid Miandad has brought him on to spin the ball away from the right-hander, and he's done that successfully twice. He's also had 2 boundaries cracked off him. Opened the face a long, long way there and just guided.
We're going to watch as Miandad changes the field around again. So we watch the bowling here of Sahel again, bowling left arm orthodox spinners. That takes him to 49, and that's well done. Nicely picked up there by the bowler. hitting right behind the ball. Amir Sahel bowling left-hand orthodox spinners.
Desmond Haynes, as usual, ever ready for the quick single. Important in the limited over matches to make sure that you can keep turning the strike over. West Indies in the fortunate position of having a right-hand, left-hand combination, so each time they turn the strike over, it requires the field to be changed. It requires the bowler to change his line. It keeps the pressure on the bowling side.
Hale going past the front of umpire Robinson. Oops, catch it was the call, but it went popping over the keeper's shoulder there. Mohan Khan had to watch it go. It was all too quick for him.
A bit of hard work there for the keeper. It was from the bat onto the glove and over the keeper's head. He had no chance being down and up to the stumps. A difficult chance in the last over from Sahel, thick outside edge.
That's going straight up in the air. This will be caught by the bowler himself. Yes, he's got... Oh, he's dropped it! And what's more, that Haynes is 50. Well, he's just blessed himself. It went straight up in the air. And unfortunately for the bowler, the mid-off was a little far back, so he had to go running backwards. Here it is again. Have a look.
Desmond Haynes trying the little flick away on the leg side. He had it in the hand, then tried to almost bring it in and threw it on the ground. He'd like to throw himself on the ground, and Desi Haynes.
Iqbal Sikandar, the leg spinner, going to continue now to the left-handed Brian Lara. That's a full toss. Down the ground he goes, and it's going to beat the fielder too. So that's his 8th boundary. Right off the meat of the bat. It's a full toss, but he placed it well.
His timing has been impeccable. His placement very good today. Anyone at this level should be able to handle the full toss.
He's got that one away nice and fine as well.
It's certainly been the case. We've been raising our eyebrows at the batting.
Catch it!
The shouts of catch it, but it's gone well over the head of the man at mid-wicket. In fact, it is beautifully placed. He's gone down the track to it. It's hit it right off the meat of the bat, and has quite deliberately hit it over the head of the infielder, and he split the two men out on the boundary.
Yes, he gives the ball a real flick with the wrists. Just at the last minute, he gets a lot of his power from that wrist work. Beautiful wrist work there.
It's none for 156.
Shot that is. We've seen plenty of examples of Brian Lara's great timing, but that was just a little swat, almost like swatting flies.
It's wonderful improvisation. Well, you won't see it in any textbook, but it looks terrific.
There's definitely a touch of Roy Fredericks about Brian Lara's batting. Fredo was very much a thrasher outside off stump. He used to give them a fearful touch up in that area where Brian has just hit the ball behind point.
And Desmond Haynes is not going to be fazed by Wazim Akram dropping it short. But it gives you an idea of the pace at which Wazim Akram is bowling, that Haynes was looking for the pull shot
just in front of square or even just behind, and all he could do was get it away over mid-on.
It's actually a safer pull shot off the left arm over the wicket bowler. Once you start trying to pull them around a square leg, that's when you're likely to get the top edge and get caught somewhere. But if you're hitting it over mid-on, especially if you up against someone quick like that and you haven't got time to roll the wrist, it's a lot safer.
Timing. Once again, no great effort put into that stroke by Brian Lara, but it fairly raced off the bat. Disappointment all round, and it's none for 175.
That was a real hostile over from Wasim Akram, hitting Lara painfully on the right foot. Perhaps the ball struck him outside the line of the off stump, and that's why the LBW appeal was disallowed. But even if he hasn't got a wicket, he certainly caused some damage to Brian Lara there.
Well, Brian Lara is not in very good shape, I'm afraid. That last ball from Wasim Akram got him on the toe. He looks to me as though he's wearing soft-toed boots or shoes. Lara's not quite sure he can get the boot off. That's where it's hit right on the toe. He's too slow getting the bat down. That was how quick it was. One or two consoling words for him, but it's no fun. Well, it's no fun being hit anywhere, but hit on the toe when you're wearing a soft shoe-style cricket boot is very painful. Oh. Ugh.
And a tremendous start by Haynes and Lara. Lara, for the first time, opening the innings. I certainly can't remember him opening in either first-class cricket or one-day cricket back home. They'll come for two. Quick outside edge to get off the mark for Richardson. Got it through, just the deflection from the diving fielder at extra cover, but it's gone all the way for four. Had a lot of wood on it. That's beautifully placed and timed. Not so well fielded. Lovely on drive for four. Right up there in the slot for it. And the West Indies moving very comfortably towards their victory.
One needed. The West Indies' first win of this competition.
So two no balls, two bouncers finishing the game. And the West Indies have won sweepingly by 10 wickets, even though they have lost Brian Lara, who had to retire hurt.